Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Shelter Insurance Agent Grant Baker in Aurora, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, the Bank of Billings, and as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Going out to Strafford, Missouri, to the home of Strafford Lady Indians and their head volleyball coach, Ashley Bough. Coach Bough, hey, thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me, Guy. I appreciate it. Excited to be here.
You bet. Well, Coach, you guys play on Thursday in the Final Four, but let's take us through that run of districts there with the win over Forsyth after districts, and then you get a very good Springfield Catholic team who you had lost to earlier in the season. Kind of take us through that run through the quarterfinals.
This time of year is such an exciting time of the year. And I tell our kids, once you make it to postseason, to district time, it's anybody's game. I've seen it many times again as a player, as a coach, in the game of volleyball especially. So, we went into it just knowing what we are capable of and what it takes for us to, play at a high level. And, our kids, they were so determined. I've had many groups over the years who've, been fortunate to make it into postseason play, and these kids, they wanted to be a part of that and continue that tradition. So they worked super hard. And that game against Forsyth, we had played them earlier in the season, but I know they had gotten better as the year kind of went on. And so it was kind of I know they ended up second in our conference. We're in conference with them normally, and they ended up second, so I knew it was going to be a battle, and our kids came and showed up and played hard. And then of course Springfield Catholic, we lost to them at home in regular season, but played them in our tournament and actually beat them. So we were 1-1. And so they are a tough group, and they bring so much passion to the game that I knew our kids had to, match that or exceed it in order for us to be successful. And I really felt like our kids stepped up to that challenge. So fun times.
As you look back on this season, was there ever a point during the season where you felt like you turned the corner, where you thought, hey, we may be able to make a run here and get into a state Final Four type of run?
Yeah, absolutely. Coming into the year, I knew we had the parts. It was just about how well they worked together. And, our kids, this one thing this group brought this year is just not even the volleyball awareness and skills out in the court, but it's more about the teamwork. They really worked well together. They understood each other. They accepted their roles, which is huge. And it's, for a team to be successful. So, but the main turning point I really felt like was our home tournament when we had lost to Catholic on Thursday. We turned around, played a tough Eldo team, beat them to get to the finals, and then ended up beating Catholic in our finals to win our tournament. And I really felt like, oh gosh, like this team, when they are on, they are on. And I knew that, they were capable of great things if they just put their mind to it. So it was fun to see that glimmer of hope of, what we could, if we really wanted this to happen and things fell our way, it could. So it was exciting.
Yeah. Well, and just the overall health, of volleyball
Yes.
in this area, it's gotten to be much more of a healthier sport, much more, it used to be kind of controlled by, the Winonas had great runs,
Yes.
and then you're in St. Louis or St. Teresa's Academy, something like that. And now you look at the level of success that Strafford Lady Indians are having. You look at Rogersville. You mentioned El Dorado Springs already. They had a
Yes.
tremendous season as well. What can you kind of point at that maybe is part of the reason for volleyball becoming so successful here and just so many tremendous athletes?
It's just a growing sport. And I feel like it's people are just becoming more aware of it. It's not something you go out and do when you're younger. You can go outside and play, t-ball, basketball, but volleyball is something that's kind of growing in this area. And I feel like as teams start to gain success, people notice it and they want to be a part of that. I know, specifically at Strafford, our girls athletics, boys too, but girls in the last few years has really, it's just become a thing of what you do, and you want to be a part of that no matter what it is. And so I feel like just overall volleyball, the sport of volleyball in our area, that's becoming kind of a thing to do, and kids want to be a part of that and be, have some fun and play something that maybe they wouldn't have played before.
Again, we're visiting with head Strafford Lady Indians volleyball coach Ashley Bough. This segment brought to you by Labor's Local 663, who remind us to drive carefully in work zones. But Coach, now you go Thursday. I mean, you may be going up on Wednesday, but you've got a Notre Dame to Scion team. What do you know about them, and what are you going to have to do to come out on top there?
They have played. We look at similar opponents often whenever we go into these situations of seeing teams we wouldn't normally see. And they played Eldo earlier in the year, and Eldo ended up beating them. And then we've, kind of looked at some other teams they played. I feel like I really believe no matter our opponent, I feel like if our kids are in the zone and they're working together and they're being disciplined out there, that they can, compete with a lot of teams out there. So I know we're gonna have to work hard because this time of year, everybody is hungry, for wins and making it to that championship game. So we've really this week been just focusing on things that we need to get better at in order for our game to keep improving, and then briefly touching on what they're going to bring Thursday. So it's going to be a tough battle, but I know our kids are up for it for sure.
Yeah. As you look back at the team you had 2 years ago that went 31-4, kind of compare and contrast that group to this group. This group's obviously had tremendous, they haven't even lost 4 yet. But talk about those two groups and compare and contrast. You may have some of the members of this group may have been on that group.
Yeah. So actually 3 of those kids returned to this team. All of them are in completely different roles than what they were on that team 2 years ago. So Emma Mullings, our little libero this year, she was a DS, just a DS 3 rotations for us for that team 2 years ago. Abby Chadwell was just a setter, but she plays 6 rotations now and is a 5-1 setter for us. And then Krista Duffel, our middle, she played right side for us on that team. So those kids kind of got a taste of that success. And, even last year, they were like, Coach Bough, we want to make it to state. We want to go all the way. We want to do better than what we did, that year. And so I'm like, I know we got to keep working, girls. But, our offense this year, comparing the 2 teams, our offense this year, our middles are, we go to them quite a bit. They're a big part of our offense, where 2 years ago we had outside hitters that we went to quite a bit. So it's just different dynamics. I feel like our ball control is different than what it was a couple years ago. We had more of a power attacking, kind of offense. And this time it's more, our ball control has just improved a ton, and a lot of placement and using, looking at the court and utilizing, more than just hard hitting attacks. So, they're both great kids. I've been lucky. We have great kids here at Strafford. I believe it in my heart. And, they're just fun to work with. And like I said, they got a taste of that success. And I know that they want to continue, using that and getting better and better.
We guys tip it up at a Thursday at 2 p.m. What are you doing between now and then? When are you leaving and heading up there? And do you get any practice time on the floor up there?
Well, so we'll practice today here. We actually practice tomorrow, and then we'll take off tomorrow early morning to head that way. And we get on the court, Thursday morning for a serve and pass before our game on Thursday afternoon. So with 5 classes now, it's a little bit different setup than we went a few years ago. So the court wasn't available Wednesday, but our goals right now from now until Thursday at 2 p.m. is just to keep getting better. But then most importantly, just to enjoy the experience, because there's so many people that would love to be, in the same spot we are. So we're very grateful for that opportunity. And I know that my kids are going to rally to the occasion. I'm excited.
You bet. Well, Coach Bough, greatly appreciate you being generous with your time here. Good luck, and bring back the biggest trophy, and we'll have you and the kids on next week as well.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support.
You bet. Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Keep it right here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com.